Ooh, what's going on, everyone? This is Lemon Drop back for more Old School RuneScape 20-year Noob series, to be more specific. So today, you might tell by my attire, I'm going to do some forestry. So in my inventory, ignore my runes, I was just teleporting with those. But I have my knife for fletching and my log basket, which is a forestry item you can purchase. What the basket does is you can hold basically an entire inventory of logs in there. And so I basically do that and keep it filled up for some of the certain events. Because there's some where it's behoove you to have more logs for the event. So I basically keep it filled for that. If you click open, it'll just automatically put the logs in when you start chopping. And once I get a full inventory in my log basket and also in my inventory here, I like to fletch the logs I get into arrow shafts. I know it's not the most efficient. What is this little alligator? That's cool. It's not the most efficient way to get fletching experience. I think that would just be like fletching unstrung bows here and just dropping them. But I don't like to do the right click drop or shift click, all that stuff. So I just go ahead and fletch them into arrow shafts. So it makes sense that you would have high enough fletching to do something with the logs you're gathering, which I'm at 60, so I could do use, but I just prefer to stay here at the maples. So I'm going to check in here once we get our first event, and I'll walk you guys through it. I'm just going to pop in here and let you guys know also, I didn't mention it, but you for sure want to have your woodcutting plugin turned on from RuneLite. That'll help you keep track of the events, and it really helps you figure out what to do during them. Also, while I'm here, this place gets pretty chatty, so, you know, readers beware. So I just had another, not event happen, but this bird nest falls out of the trees every so often, and some of them have seeds, some of them have ring in them. Completely random, but if you hit search, I'll give you a seed, a willow seed, which is worth exactly $57. So I'm going to shift click and drop it. But the bird nests themselves are worth, yeah, almost 5,000. So I'm going to go throw that in the bank really quick so I don't waste a spot in my inventory. But these will all add up when it comes time to sell all of our stuff at the end. I do feel like skilling has become really undervalued, as in like you don't typically make a lot of money skilling. It doesn't seem like, at least, not compared to like PVM stuff. And since I'm more of someone who does not enjoy the PVM, it's nice to have a way to make some cash, even though it's not the most efficient, like I said earlier. Because I mean, you could be cutting any other trees that actually are worth more, but to me it's way more enjoyable to make money doing it this way. Hey, we got our first event. It's been a while. So this one is the Freaky Forester. You grab the egg out of the nest that's highlighted and then just bring it to him. So luckily the egg is right next to him. But you gotta be careful because the pheasant will eventually land on there. And when the pheasant lands on there, you'll get stunned. So I just click on the same one until a new one appears. That way you're safe. So this particular event gives you feathers as well, which you can use. I think, I don't really know exactly what the feathers are for, like meant to be for, but I end up just using them for cash. I'm sure at one point, if I get more advanced, I may regret that, but it's what I do. This is a really good one because you get thieving experience also, and since it's right next to him, you have a chance to really throw him in there. So let's check exactly how much I got. So that one event, I got 267, I think. I may have had a small amount of anima bark here to begin with, but I don't know. But anyway. Got those, and I got 13 of the pheasant tails. Which, if you examine these, It says that will look great made into some clothing. So I'm sure that is something for maybe an outfit, or they have like some accessories you can make. But I'm not really looking to do that kind of stuff. I think I trade these back to the forester for maybe some anima bark. I don't know. But anyway, that was our first event. So exciting. Hopefully we get one a little bit sooner than that, because we're 50 minutes in basically, which is kind of crazy. Usually you get way more than that, so we'll just see what we get. Oh wow, we're getting another one right away. And it's the exact same event, so cool. And I like having the woodcutting plugin on, because with all the people here, it really can get cluttered as to what you're supposed to do. So having the boxes on the tiles really helps. Ooh, we have another event over here. This is the Leprechaun. It's a little bit bizarre. You have to stand in this rainbow, and then it says you feel one with nature or something like that. I wasn't there long enough. There we go. So there's the new one over here. We'll just run over to it. We stand here, and then it says you feel more one with trees. So now when you chop trees for a short time, you get a lot more experience. The issue with that is, if you don't have much room in your backpack, like I don't, you don't get that much experience. So I'm going to have to free up some space. Yeah, it looks like I'm getting 22 bark per log I cut while I have the Leprechaun's enhancement here. So I'll go step over here. And I'm actually going to shift click these logs. I don't want to keep the willows for anything. Alright, now we can go. And actually the willows are nice over here because they're much quicker to chop than the maples. So you can get some rapid fire experience in anima here. And you'll know when it's done when you get the regular XP drop. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got about 160, 180 anima for that one. Normally I don't like to be seen over by the willows, because the longer you stay here, the more you realize there's a bit of a supremacy thing happening here. Where if you look way over there, where this fence is at, there's the yew trees. And they like to come over here and call us like filthy maplers and stuff like that. Then you have the willow people over here. They're weird, but you know, there's really no good or bad. It's just whatever you like to do. I like the maples here personally. It makes me feel like a kid again, because I did used to chop maples here when I was 13, 14, something like that. But if the yew people come here, the running joke is they try and convert everyone to Judaism. So look out for the Jewish people. Yo, we got one. Okay, so these are the friendly ents, and they want haircuts. Like this one said short on top, so I'm gonna right click and do prune top. Oh my gosh, it gets so crowded though. I'm gonna turn on my entity hider. There we go. Short on top. So right click, you just do the pruning. And you can go over and over again until their hair is done correctly, I guess. And then you just move on to another one. Oops. No, I did the wrong one. Oh, see, my cut's perfect, and there they go. Alright, so I said I gave 3 different entlings haircuts. They left you a gift. I got 76 bark and 12 piles of yew leaves. But I also got the anima bark that I'm scrolling through now. So I'd say I roughly got 100 from trimming and 76. So call it 150 anima bark for that one. Plus I got the yew leaves. So we'll take it. We got another event here where we have to essentially stand on the correct shape that they pop out here. And we just stand here until it changes. Now we need to be careful and click walk here. There you go. I'm going to turn on the entity hider again. There we go. Because it's very easy to misclick, especially when people have junk sitting on the ground. But this person here, the Dryad, whoever that is, she's doing some sort of ritual or spell or something, and you just have to stand on the blocks that are highlighted. Now, if you don't have the plugin for woodcutting, I have no idea to know which one to stand in. So, sorry. But you just do this until the bar is filled up over her head, and you're good to go. And as you can see, I've already gotten 62 anima bark just for standing. If you don't have the plugin, or if you're on mobile, something easy you can do is literally just follow the crowd. There's gonna be people going to and from these, so you'll be able just to see where most of the people are running to, and you can just do that. Typically, you don't advise people to follow the crowd, but in this case, it might actually help. This is our 8th square, so we're going to be getting 160, basically, anima bark. And I have seen this bar. Oh, okay, there we go. So we got 160 plus 143, so we got basically 300 anima bark just for stepping on the right squares. That's it, and you go back to chopping. And I didn't mention it before, but if you ever walk up to an area and you see an event going on, you can join in the event, but you will get severely reduced anima bark and stuff like that, because they want you to be in the area while the event happens. I guess just to prevent people from world hopping or whatever. But if you're over here by these maples and you see an event by the willows, that is close enough. You can walk over and do those. So I don't know if you trim more of them, like different ones, you get like more gifts or whatever. So I'm gonna make sure I trim all of them. There we go. So I have hit all of them. We'll see if I get a bigger bonus at the end. Oh, I said I gave 1 entling haircuts. But yeah, I definitely did more than that. Whatever. And I got 4 piles of willow leaves. So whatever. I'm not sure what calculates the bonus, but it doesn't matter. As long as you're doing it, you're gaining anima bark. So there's some guys over here talking, and I forgot to mention it. Or maybe I didn't, I don't know. If I'm repeating myself, sorry. But you can get the lumberjack outfit by doing temple trackers, whatever it is. I guess you like kill zombies or something. But if you want to get the forestry outfit where you're dressed more like a forest guy or whatever, you're going to have all of the lumberjack outfit to trade in on top of having some anima bark and some logs. So if you're just wanting this outfit that I have on, you can just do temple trekking before you come and start chopping logs. That way all the logs you chop, you get the XP bonus. Or if you're like me, you don't really care that much, you just work your way up to it, which is what I did. But anyway, that's just another option for you. Oh, okay, so this is the really good one here. This is the roots. Don't know why the indicator isn't going off for. There's one. There we go. The one with the green box around it is called Anima Infused, and you get huge drops. You get good XP, and also the anima bark piles up really quickly. You just have to stay on top of it. So if you just follow it around like I am, and ignore the other roots, because they don't give you nearly as much. But yeah, you just follow it around, chopping the glowing roots. And if you don't have the plug-in on, you can zoom in and see how it's got like blue. Well, you can't see now, but they're very obvious. Like you can see them visually, which ones have the extra anima. But anyway, so you can see. Down here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of 4, so 16 bark from the non-glowing ones. And from the glowing ones we got 1, 2, 3, 4, so basically 41. Yeah, so you get basically 4-ish times. Yeah, I don't know, math's not working in my head right now, but you get a ton of anima bark for this. And it's very easy. We got another one happening here. I'm gonna turn off the entities. That way we can do this one a little bit easier. Now this one can be a pain because you can see where these have landed. Sometimes people drop their logs, haha, in really bad spots, so we have to right click to get the pheasant egg. And when that happens, it is such a slow event. This one's not exactly great either. Ah, I got hit, darn. Obviously, don't do this if you're like trying to level up thieving or whatever efficiently, but it is a nice little bonus XP. Cause my XP or my thieving level is only 21, so it's nice to have a little bit of boost here and there. And there is some events that'll even boost like construction, but again, it's really small XP drops, but you know, it all adds up eventually. Oh, there we go. So this one didn't do... It wasn't so bad. Wasn't so bad, animal-wise. But I'm going to wrap up my second hour here. Let's just check where we're at. Yeah, we're at 2100 right now. That's actually a lot more than I thought we would have. But I'm going to be doing about 3 hours, I've decided. So, we'll see what I end up with. Alright, we got another new event over here. So on this one, you have to collect materials to make mulch for the struggling sapling. And you can see, you just kind of have to guess what we have. It'll say, it seems to accept it. I'm at 40%. So sometimes it'll tell you like, okay, M3. So this means M is the third ingredient. So let's grab some of this stuff. See if we can get it to pop up. So B is the second. So let's try the G, and then B, and then M. This is already not a great one because we're gonna have to go back and forth maybe. So we'll try M for the first, and then B, and then back to M. Usually people will call out when they figure out stuff, but I'll just tell people B2, M3. So maybe B is like 1 and 2, because I don't see anyone going over here to G or R. There it is, yeah, so it's BBM. So I will type that in the chat, which means it's B twice and then M. Then you feed it to the sapling. We were kind of slow getting this one. Sometimes you can get the call outs and people will relay the info a lot quicker than that, but it is what it is. We're just glad we got it now. This one is one of the more click intensive ones, but I feel like you get decent rewards. Yeah, each mix of mulch that we put down gives us some. But there we go. So we got 19 piles of yew leaves, 170 anima bark, and I think it was like 2100 woodcutting experience. Plus, you know, 11 or 12 per batch of mulch we put on there. So, you know, it's not outrageously good, and it's very click intensive, but if you get a really easy combo that's close to the sapling, then you can really get a lot of anima bark there, but that one was kind of a back and forth, long drawn out one, so sometimes you'll get lucky and you can really blast through it. So the one event I was really wanting to find, I haven't found yet, and I'm about 3.5 hours in, which I don't know how long I'm going to go for. I'll let you guys know at the end the total time I spent cutting, but the one I'm looking for is a Beehive event. And that one specifically because if you have logs in your inventory, you can like help rebuild these beehives. And if you have a log pack or a log basket, you can do 2 inventories at once to get a really good amount of anima bark and some of the other rewards like sturdy beekeeper house or something, or beehive parts, something like that. But anyway, it's probably not going to come up. I don't get that one very often, but I always keep my log basket filled just in case. Ooh, we've got another event. We haven't had this one on either. So this one's a pollen event. I don't really know what the point is here. We have to grab pollen from one and put it on the other, but you don't really know which one to do at first. And so you just kind of click around on them until you get them. And you literally grab pollen from one and place it on the other. And you only get like 1 or 2 anima bark per time, but you can really fly here. And I think it does switch up eventually. Yeah, but then you have to like guess again. Oh, there we go. I don't know if without RuneLight, if you're just supposed to watch the bees that fly around, or how you're supposed to figure out which ones are which. Whoop, and there they go. So we got a 1500 XP drop there for woodcutting, 109 drop at the end, and then yeah, you see the whole list of anima bark down here that we're getting 1 and 2 at a time, so a lot. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tally those up, but just know you do get a lot there. And it's just like every other event. Some of them are a lot better than others, but I like that one. You get in a nice rhythm and you feel like you're getting a lot done. Oh boy, we got another one really quick here. I got caught. I was watching YouTube on the other monitor. But anyway, so yeah, this is the same one back to back. That's really fast, actually. I'd say within a few minutes. Alright, the time has come. We got a Beehive event. And luckily, I have nearly a full inventory already. So yeah, you just go here and you just throw your logs on the Beehive, basically. And when one gets built, you work on the next one. I think you get construction XP for this one. And you get like 25 anima bark for each one you complete. And then each log is looks like 4 to 3. Now let me have that there. I right click, empty this here, and we're good to go. So that's why I keep that log basket completely filled. Is literally just for this one. As you can really make some hay. Once you run out of logs, then you kind of have to run around like a chicken with your head cut off. Where's the new one at? Oh, there it is. Go ahead and build it. And I'm sure there's like a amount of logs per type of log it takes to make one, but I don't have that info. I didn't look it up. But you can see here in the inventory we have sturdy beehive parts. That's what I was trying to remember earlier. So since we just have 1 log left, we're gonna chop a little bit here. Even though these are just willows, I'm just chopping them to get just to get something to put on this thing. Oh man, these trees are going down quick. Oh, they're going into my log basket. I was like, where are these things going? See, with the willows, you get less experience for woodcutting, but it still counts for the anima. I just got like a oak tree down and use this too. I don't know. Oh, looks like that was it for the beehives. One ended kind of unceremoniously. So we'll empty these out. And I'll just fletch these also into shafts and get back to the maples. But yeah, that is the one event that I really bought the log basket for. Alright, so I'm done chopping logs. I think I did it for a total of about 4 hours over a weekend. And I'm going to show you the results here. We've got in our forestry kits, we've got just under 40, or just over 4,600 anima bark. We have 277 maple leaves, a couple willow, a couple oak, and 45 yew leaves. The leaves that are not maple are just from the forestry events. Now if we trade the friendly forester, we can select these and we can just sell them. Which I know you can use them in your own house or something, but I just don't care. So we got 50 anima infused bark for those. I'm going to sell these as well. So all those. So we have 210 to add to our total there. So now we're going to trade the friendly forester. And I'm going to buy these sawmill vouchers. You could save up and get the felling axe handle. But if you're doing it simply for money, per anima bark, it's actually more profitable to do the sawmill vouchers, at least as of right now. Or, you know, obviously feel free to hold on to your stuff because like some of the stuff is very expensive. But anywho, so I'm going to buy all these I can. I'm just going to hit 50. Don't think I'll be able to buy that much of them. Just going to keep going down until I can buy more. Looks like that's everything. So I have 320 of these to sell at the GE. And also these are my arrow shafts. I got just over 65,000 of them. And only 4 bird nests. So let's go to the GE and sell these 3 sets of items and see how much we get. Alright, so let's start with the arrow shafts, because in my well, the actively traded price is 2 per, so we'll still stick with 1. Normally they don't sell immediately. Yeah, so even though we're asking 1 instead of 2, they sit for a little bit. We'll do the bird's nest too. If you want, you can use a pestle and mortar, I think it is, and you can make crushed bird nests. People do that to make profit in general. They'll buy bird's nests and then crush them and resell them. I'm not that worried about it, so I'm not going to do that. 3360, and we're at 33. We'll just do 3154. I always do this because I'm typically a little bit impatient. Yeah, those sold immediately. So let's collect our money and see how much we got exactly. Oh, just over 1 million GP. Let's go to the history here. Yeah, so for the vouchers, we sold them for 32.54 each. And after the tax and stuff, it came out to just over 1 million GP. So on the sawmill vouchers alone, if you're just going off of hourly, since we were going at this for about 4 hours, that's basically 250,000 GP an hour just for cutting maples, and you're not even selling the maple logs. But anyway, it's something I've been doing, especially like at work. At lunchtime, if I'm just sitting there, I'll just have my guy chopping in the background, you know. But yeah, so there we go. I think that's going to wrap it up for this episode. It was a kind of a detour off of quests and mini games, but I am a big fan of Forestry, and I like anything that makes skilling a little bit more profitable or entertaining. I'm all about it. So anyway, if you guys like what I'll try that again. If you guys like what you saw, hit the like button, subscribe, and come back for more. Okay, thanks, bye.